Left-hand nub just said, is a D&D stream possible? Stay tuned.
I'd like to do that.
I have something planned. I've spoken to some people about it. Those people know who they are. And if I can get a hold on it, I would love to be a DM, because I think I'm quite good
Sam would be a good DM.
I think I'm quite good at telling stories, and I think I'm quite good at getting resources together, especially. Whereas I don't know if I'd enjoy playing as the character, because I quite like mechanics and shit like that. But, yeah, I have some sort of home-written D&D programs as well. Like, I was talking to some people in Discord about it, but when I was at uni, obviously, doing computer science, I wrote a little program for, like, generating characters based on certain like conditions immediately, so that characters, if they did go into a tavern, if they wanted to get in a fight with a dude, you know, his inventory, his stats, his whole character sheet, I could just generate at the click of a button. So it's quite dynamic. Things like that I enjoy making, and I'd kind of enjoy playing as well.
Yeah, it's the sort of thing that we wanted to do in real life with people that we actually know, but we can never really get round to it.
Never get the time for it, no, because everyone always works weird hours.
Because we all work, and like some of them work like until late at night. Some are night shift workers. Some of them are like you, where like your schedule isn't set.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Right, let's go back out there.
So I'm gonna move on to another question. It's going off of the one that we just asked about, the daily recording.
Yeah.
Do you wish there was a better trade-off, like having days off and things like that? P.S. Nobody will ever love you like we do.
I mean, yeah, I'd love to do a day on and day off, to be honest, but unfortunately with YouTube it's just not possible unless I were to record 6 episodes a day. I've tried doing that before, but I find that after you sort of record the 3rd episode, the content goes downhill very quickly, and by the time you get to the 5th or 6th episode, all I was thinking was, like, I can't wait for this to be over so that I can have, you know, like a whole day off. Plus it takes this massive time commitment doing that much work in that smaller gap. You just get too much burnout too quickly. So as much as I'd love to do that, it's also not really possible on YouTube unless, like I said, I've got the content pre-recorded, because YouTube expects a set content when you start doing that. So if I put out a video, you know, if I put out 5 videos today, tomorrow YouTube might think, oh, let's hope he gets 5 videos out again, huh? And if I do that, then they'll start promoting the channel more, but obviously it's an insane amount of pressure.
It's a lot of work as well.
It's like a crazy amount of work,
that's
yeah.
actually feeds into something that's going to come up later.
I hope I haven't got a pirate name. Rubble. Great. I guess I'll never know.
Somebody's asked Tabletop Simulator or Roll20.
Roll20, I think. I think I'd like to. I mean, Tabletop Sim's not bad, but Tabletop Sim is a game that we're then building a game on. Roll20 is built for D&D from the ground up, so I'd rather go for that one. It's a bit more simplistic. I think it's a bit easier to watch as well, because Tabletop, you have all the UI elements and other shit going on at the same time, so...
Yeah. Well, we were planning on doing, actually some stuff on Tabletop Simulator as well.
Wait, can I not craft shit in here anymore? Do I have to... What is that at the top? New drafts ye learned. Sorry. How do I... Can I not smelt stuff in this? If so, that's going to be a real pain in my ass. Sorry, go on, what were you saying?
I was saying that we were planning on doing some more stuff with Tabletop Simulator,
yes,
like on streams and things like that with our friends.
Yeah, Tabletop Simulator is a game I definitely want to go for. Also, chat, while you're here, what do you think about potentially something like Quiplash or the Jackbox Party Pack?
Apparently it is a furnace.
Oh, it's also a furnace. It's just the pirate speak fucking with it. Cool.
Yeah, it's the pirate speak.
I should have really built that layer up, huh? Because I said I was going to brace this kitchen up. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, what do you guys think of Quiplash and Jackbox Party Pack?
I really want to play more Quiplash. I think it's really funny.
Yeah.
Like last time I played with our friends privately, I cried with laughter because it was so funny.
It is very, very fucking good. I need more wood now. I've really ballsed that up.
What's Quiplash? It is a game where it's like Cards Against Humanity, but better. You get given a prompt, 2 people have to answer it, and you choose the funniest answer, but you have to write your own answer, so you can't just choose from cards.
So it's all about how funny you are, and how it fits the question as well?
Yeah. So, like, to give like a good one, I believe it was the There Will Be Blood one that made me laugh the hardest.
Oh my God.
Or it's like, choose the name of a film that could describe your sex life.
Yeah, that was
and they said There Will Be Blood, and I cried.
That was so good.
That
how do I craft a fence, chat?
Really funny.
How do I craft a fence?
Sam's asking how to craft a fence.
It's like that. That's
oh,
right.
there you
Don't
go.
worry.
He's figured it out. He's got it.
He's done it. Mr. Streamer has played Minecraft before.
A lot of people really like the idea of that by the looks of it.
I can, yeah, I'm more than happy to do that, because that's like a real fun...
Esme just capped.
...creative stream.
Yeah, that one's a bit of fun. Oh, yeah. It's really fun. Just answer cummies uwu to everything. That's how I answer. I sometimes win, I sometimes don't. Sin has asked, do you... sorry, not that one. It's going to be me. I apologise.
Oh, you asked a question?
I've got a question here.
What the fuck? You live with me, you weird man.
Yeah, but I'm adding them in.
Go on, then.
So I put, how did you learn how to mod?
How did I learn how to mod?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, well, the year was 1999. Strap yourselves in. There was a game released called Star Trek Armada for the personal computer
I've seen
for the
him mod
Windows
this.
98 specifically. That game, you could add your own spaceships to it. And me, as young Sam, who enjoyed Star Trek and enjoyed spaceships, definitely wanted to do that. However, it was far too big and smart for my very small brain, and it took me a long time to learn. That's also how I got into a little bit of 3D modeling as well. But that was like a completely weird system. This was like weird backwards 90s games where modding wasn't really designed, wasn't really intended. So you would have weird shit like SOD files and TGA files. I'm not getting into it too much, but yeah, that's where I really started. And that was really, really complicated. And you were like using these old shitty websites that was always out of date by the time you found them. And then really, I started getting into modding, to be honest, with Oblivion. Oblivion was it? Let me think. Oblivion, things like The Sims 2 as well. I was big into the modding scene for The Sims 2. But yeah, no, I think Oblivion and Fallout 3 especially really cemented how much I love modding and really got into it via that.
Yeah. I also put an add-on to this, so you've already half answered it. I put,
Okay.
have you modded other games before?
Yes.
So Sam mods a lot. Basically, every game you play, you mess around with a little bit.
If a game is moddable, for me, it's an infinitely better game, to be honest with you. Because it just opens it up so much. It just really does take it to the next level. It's like this game is essentially infinitely replayable now. Is this sand? It looks different.
Fowles asked, what is your favourite game to mod?
My favourite game to mod? That's a good question. CK2 is obviously very fun to mod because you can do a lot with what seems to be very simplistic. It's almost like, for any of you who have used Python, the coding language, it's very simple to mod CK2. You tell it what you want and it kind of does it. It's very simple to pick up and learn, and you can do a lot with it as well, you know, if you want to set these weird scenarios, if you want to design your own character, your own dynasty, like really customize it beyond just, you know, the Paradox ruler packs or whatever, you can do that. You can do that. CK2 is very fun to mod, just simply because it's easy and it's quite a big scope with it as well. I'm trying to think, what have I modded to a big degree besides that? Let me think about that. Come back to me on that one.
Okay, then. I've got a really, really interesting question, because I know the answer.
Is that coal? What is pointy rock?
It's,
Flint.
Flint, yeah.
Right, got it.
Mr. Beastimon, who's a supporter, he asked, did Sam ever make any YouTube videos before the ones on this channel?
That's a fantastic question.
E.g. as a super cool 12-year-old. If so, can we have a group viewing on stream?
So before I had the channel I have now,
had a lot.
I did a channel with two of my friends where we actually used to stream more than anything else, and the VODs would be secondary. You know, like now where YouTube is obviously the primary thing, Twitch is the secondary thing. It was reversed back when I lived with my parents, so this would have been like years and years ago, but we used to stream card games on Twitch, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Predominantly, Magic as well occasionally, some other random crap as we would play it now and then, Mountain Blade, just garbage. Mostly it was Yu-Gi-Oh! Though. I streamed that a lot and actually got quite popular. We were getting like, I think we had over 1,000 followers before I sort of canned it and went to uni instead. But that was...
Your Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually made some money, not much.
No,
it was
not
like,
much.
I think, £30 for the entire time it was on.
Now, as we were doing that as well, I also did a load of sort of stuff on my personal channel as well.
That was not the Meerkat thing, Fowl, no.
I'm trying to decide how I want to... Wait, did that seriously make one window from all that wood? Fuck me. I also did... Could you unplug the door?
I'm going to go unplug the doorbell.
For fuck's sake, it's been ringing all fucking night. Sorry, let me just check something, because it might be them coming back. I doubt it. Okay, I've got to tell the story that for the reason why the stream was late as well. I completely forgot about this. So, we were getting ready. We were doing the audio check for the stream. Sorry, I don't remember what that question was, but remind me of it in a second. We were doing the audio set for the stream, right? And then, why am I doing this at night time, you fool? We were doing the audio set for the stream, and then the doorbell rang, and the doorbell kept ringing. I was like, just ignore it. It's probably someone's got the wrong house, some shit. We weren't expecting anything. It was ringing and ringing and ringing. Eventually, I went downstairs and answered it, and it was a guy at the door, and he was like, hello, is that Sam? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, we have food for you. And I was like, excuse me? He's like, yeah, we have food for you. I said, I haven't ordered any food. And he was like, nope, food, it's already paid for. It's yours. So I was like, okay. And I took it off of him. We opened it. It's a bunch of fuck.
A bunch of fuck.
A bunch of Syrian food. God knows who ordered it, but it wasn't us. And I got in touch with the company, and they were like, oh, it's been paid for, so you might as well just keep it. So there's a bunch of Syrian food sat on the floor behind us. We'd just eaten dinner as well. Oh, please be careful. We'd just eaten dinner, so for us, Are you fucking kidding me?
You died. You died to fall damage.
No, it says cut in half by undead sailor.
No, you were killed by the zombie.
What the fuck? Was there another one behind me, maybe?
Press F to pay respects.
Alright, whatever. Was there another one behind me? Yeah, oh, fuck off! I fell off the wall and that other guy got me in the back. Fuck you, he wanted that Syrian food.
But yeah,
Incredible. Right, okay, let's try that again. Sorry, I spent ages on that one. Let's try again. This time I'll go a bit quicker, huh? We won't go so grand with the house, because I think that definitely cost me.
I mean, yeah, we've got the food now. It's behind us. I was
It's literally
thinking...
behind us. We ate dinner before it turned up, so, shitty map. So we just got this food line on the floor. So that, I guess, is food for later?
Fowles asked if we can turn off pirate, but it's a bit late now.
I do kind of agree. I do want to turn off pirate because honestly, it's confusing the fuck out of me because I don't know what anything is.
All right, Pickle, I've added your question about Doki Doki already. Stop asking. I swear to fuck, I'm gonna kill you.
Right, we're switching away from pirate because I think that didn't fucking help things. When I'm like, what's this? What's this pointy rock? I don't get it. Is it coal? I don't like this map. I'm gonna say that.
Pickle, for shit's sake.
I already hate this map generation.
All right, the question was, Sam, about whether you made YouTube videos before, and you was talking about the Yu-Gi-Oh channel.
Oh yeah, and I did a bunch of personal videos on my other channel as well. Just random games really. Like Binding of Isaac I did a lot of because I used to be quite good.
You
at
used to be
Binding of
really
Isaac,
good at
despite
Binding of
what
Isaac.
briefly you've seen on the stream and of everything
Yeah,
else.
I used to literally watch you play that at the start of our relationship all the time.
I've 100%ed it, so like every achievement, every boss beaten with every character on the hardest
Yeah,
settings,
you've completed it.
I just can't go back and play it anymore because they added a bunch of extra content and I don't know what any of it does, and I feel like they've just oversaturated the game now. It's got too much bloat.
Is this modded as in is the Minecraft modded?
It is not modded Minecraft. You
He's
are
playing
looking
hardcore
upon vanilla.
Yeah. If you're talking about Isaac, he didn't play modded while he was getting achievements, but you have mods on now.
What am I doing? I'm so lost now. I hate that they've added that, whatever it is, that oak timber. Yeah. Let's find a better place to build, because this is shit.
But they've asked if we can see it. Now, I know there's actually another channel that you had when you were really young that you've had a video on.
That's gone.
Is that actually gone?
Yeah,
You got rid of it?
don't mention it, though, because there might be archives, but that's gone.
Yeah.
Also, there's other people involved. The only reason I'm not showing that is there's other people involved who don't want to.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you did were collaborative.
Yeah, and I'm respecting their wishes, so that's not going to be found.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with people seeing it, but I know the other people involved don't. Absolutely do not.
Oh, especially not the person in that one.
No.
Yeah. That was a really funny question. I liked that one, Mr. Beastymon. Thank you. The next one is Mr. Beastymon again.
Hello, Mr. Beastymon. How are you today? Yeah, go on.
Can you remember the patron list? And if you can you freestyle it for us?
Jericho112, thank you for subscribing. The Patreon list off the top of my head.
Yeah, can you remember it?
What, the super subscribers?
All of them, if you can do it.
I don't think I could do the whole thing off the top of my head, but I can give it a go. What do I say at the end of my videos? Thank you for the insane top tier level page without this before. At Moses, Average Gamer 419, Bacon Kitten, Sadini, Crazy Pat Crosis, Donald, Emerald Beam, Facundo Vasquez, Fluffernutter, Gogolus, Ghost of Protocol, Harik. Oh fuck, this is hard.
I thought this was a really fun idea.
I don't remember what comes. I can't remember anything past that. I'm sorry. If I was doing it, if I read like a part of the list, I'd be able to do the whole thing. But I'm doing it off the top of my head. So.
Oh whoa, what's this, Crosis? But yeah, I thought it was really funny. Smug was the one that said you should freestyle.
Freestyle the Patreon list.
Yeah. But Mr. Beastmon just said, how many can you remember? But yeah, it's fun.
I could remember a lot. Yeah, if I got to see them written down, it would trigger some deep latent muscle memory in me somewhere, I'm sure.
Ah, dude. You didn't say the Insane Pickle.
I didn't say the Insane Pickle. Harik. Does that come after Insane? I don't remember. I think you're a T though, aren't you? Because you're the Insane Pickle and Patreon sends it to me alphabetically. Can I ask what country you're from? England.
England. No Pelvis Presley.
You could say the United Kingdom, but the United Kingdom is not a kingdom, it's a sovereign state. It's not a country, it's a sovereign state. Sorry, what's the next question? That wasn't a question.
How could you forget the mad lad?
Oh, Alchemia.
You did say Alchemia, what the fuck?
That's because he goes by a different name on Patreon. But I don't think you want me to say the name because he doesn't want people to link it together. Or might not want people to link it together, so.
Understandable. So this next one is from Sir Thor, who's one of our VIPs.
Hello,
My
Sir Thor.
question would be, instead of modding shit, why not make your own CK3 with blackjack and hookers?
I've made games before, but a game of that scope by myself would be very difficult. I made that, I'm sure I've talked about this before. Red262, thank you for following. I'm sure I've talked about this before. Why am I making another crafting table, genius? But I did make a sort of 2D platformer for one of my uni finals. And this is actually partially...
I remember that, the mime game.
I will always cite this as one of my biggest reasons for leaving uni. They basically said at the end of one of our years, you can make your final project can be whatever you want. You have to manage it, you have to make all the resources, you have to do everything yourself, but it has to be approved by 2 of the lecturers, both of which are doctorates, so I guess it's technically peer assessed. So I was like, okay, I'll make a game. Games are fun, I can do whatever I want with it. At that stage, I could do all the sounds myself, which I did, all the music for myself, which I did, all the little graphics, all the animations, whatever. I did everything myself. The lecturer sits down, one of the 2
This is so bad.
doctorate level, peer assessed like professors of science and computing sat down. They said, what are the controls? I said WASD. They said that doesn't seem very sensible, and they marked me down for it. That was one of the biggest reasons for me leaving uni, was that alone. Because all of the lecturers, and there were a lot of other things as well, but that was very much sort of the last drop in the bucket, because there were a lot of other things with that uni that made me realize that none of the lecture staff, honestly, like, this is mainly a problem with technology, to be honest with you.
Thank you for following Kain Bispel.
Thank you, Kain Lukten Desp. Didn't see that. This is the problem with technology, right? They got their doctorates in, say, the 1980s. Technology between the 1980s and now is vastly different. And one of the other big times where I realized that this was a fucking problem with that uni in particular, the students at the back, Kartoffelkoch 929412. Thank you for subscribing, much appreciated. One of the lecturers, but like we were sat at the back of this room and we were like, hey, can you please zoom in on the PowerPoint? We can't fucking read it because the guy had made, like when you go full screen with PowerPoint,
yeah,
you don't see all the slides at the side, you don't see the type bars, but he still had it open so you can see like file, tools, view, whatever. Somebody said, hey, zoom in, and the guy literally held down control on his mouse wheel and zoomed in on the screen. And then somebody said that wasn't enough, so he opened the magnify tool. And that's when I thought, fuck this uni. None of the lecturers knew what the fuck they were doing or how to use modern tech. It was honestly like being in an old person's home.
I remember you being really frustrated after that because you came home and they said, oh, that doesn't seem like a...
like a sensible choice.
Yeah, she was like, this isn't a sensible scheme. And you were like, this is the industry... Sam actually said, this is the industry standard.
She's
what
like,
are you
yeah,
doing?
well, I've never heard of it. I'm like, well, I'm fucking sorry, but if you load up any fucking game on your cunting Sony Vaio from 2002, you're going to be using WASD. Jesus. Console gamers, am I right? Epic fellows?
PC Master Race. But yeah, Sam has made a game before, but he's not going to make anything of that scale. I actually have written my own question to follow that up because I thought Thor's thing was really interesting.
Hello. I
said, if you could make a game right now, what sort of game would you make? If you could, if you had all the resources in the world, what sort of game would you make?
Scotty272, thank you for subscribing, much appreciated, my man. It's a shame that subscriptions don't count towards that graphics card from Mr. Streamer. Better explain why that's there. I'm using Elise's graphics card right now.
Yeah,
because when I built the new PC for being able to render videos quicker, because it literally cut my render time down by like 100%. Well, obviously not by 100%, but like 75%. Made it so much quicker. I didn't have enough in the budget for a graphics card, so I'm using Elise's graphics card. So really, it's graphics card for Mr. Streamer, so I can give Elise back hers. So it's a graphics card for both of us, technically. But that's why that's there, just to get
Thanks.
What was the question? Sorry.
The question was, if you could make a great game right now, what sort of game would you make?
Ooh, I like real-time strategy. I like... Not that I would make this, because it wouldn't make any fucking money.
Oh, thank you for subscribing. Zed Bayonetta.
Bayonetta. Thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated. Again, it's a real shame that it doesn't count towards the thing, but thank you. I appreciate it. What game would I make now? I love old 90s RTS, you know, like Red Alert and shit like that. But the issue is, I don't think anyone else wants to play that. I want to do a dating sim. I've been talking about this for ages. I laid down the groundwork for a dating sim
game called Super Viking Desu.
I started making a game called Super Viking Desu, whereby you are a cute Japanese girl and a bunch of big burly Viking men land in your village because they got lost, and then you can date them. Okay, I added a whole loot box system that you could buy, you know, clothes and gifts for them with in-game currency, but it would be on a loot box system. I got quite far into that, and then I lost interest. So if you want to see Super Viking Desu, subscribe on Patreon. No, I'm not doing that. Don't, please.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. He doesn't want to be held on by fucking Super Viking Desu. Genuinely, make a Kickstarter. See how many people want you to make a Super Viking Desu.
Viking Desu. My god. I'm building the house here, by the way. No, I'm going to build it in this cave. I love caves. Give me this fucking cave. Hell yeah. Look at this. Right, go on.
People are asking if you would play XCOM. Sam will not play XCOM.
I don't like XCOM.
I really like
it's a
XCOM.
little bullshit though, isn't it?
Yeah.
The mechanics are a little too bullshit for me.
I like it a lot, but it is really frustrating when you like try and do something and then the game's just like, nah, mate, fuck you. Like that 90% fucking hit isn't happening. You can do something with it.
I mean, I'd be up for playing XCOM. Like, I want to play Darkest Dungeon on the channel as like one of the main series videos when that comes out. The new Darkest Dungeon, that is. Just because I think that's a nice fit. You know, we're building up these characters, we're naming them, we're getting attached to them, and then they're dying randomly. Haha, like in CK2 today. Spoilers. Not that I'm bitter about that at all. But I think that's a nice fit. You know, things like Darkest Dungeon would work quite well. But it's finding games that fit in the channel that I know people would like that's quite difficult.
Somebody just donated 1,000
Thank you very much.
bits.
Mostly Samsung. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. Super Viking Desu Fund. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Super Viking Desu Fund. All right.
Jericho112 said, how much do I have to donate for that game? And Offbeat Eel said the same. They want Super Viking Desu, Sam. You've done something wrong here.
I'll have to see if I can dig up the old files for it.
Yeah, I remember you made it on RPG Maker, wasn't it?
Yeah, I coded my own sort of engine for it in MV.
Yeah.
Like custom title bars, GUIs, and everything. RPG Maker is a really good tool. This is what people don't realize. RPG Maker is so good, but people use it to make meme games using all the default assets and shit. RPG Maker is insanely good when used properly because it's like basically just like any old development software, really.
Somebody's asked me if I would write a book.
Someone asked you if you would write a book.
Yep, asked me. They would ask you, but you're not good with words.
What do you mean I'm not good with words?
I mean, you can't spell anything fucking right. I've seen your events. But yeah, I would. Yeah, Super Viking Desu was a dating sim on RPG Maker. They said if it's R-rated, not yet. I mean,
but it was custom.
It was custom.
Wasn't that garbage RPG Maker default shit?
No. But yeah, I would make a book. If I want to do a PhD, I have to basically write a book. So I have to do it. So yeah, I would write a book. I also like the idea of dabbling into fiction and non-fiction, so both are fun. What do I plan on getting my doctorate in? I would like to do it in oral history, where I interview people about their lives and basically find out specifically about colonial history, because I like being uncomfortable. Damn the white man.
I'm sat right here, excuse me.
But yeah, I really like the idea of it. I specifically really enjoy doing oral history. Yeah, I'm a big nerd. I hate you so much, Pahana. Okay, Smug has asked, what was it like to record the first video you ever recorded? I'd go for your first ever video in real life, like as in on your first original channel and on this channel.
On the first original channel, I don't remember, because I first started doing YouTube, and I mean never seriously, never properly seriously, but years and years and years and years ago. We're talking like 2000s. What the fuck is that? What is that? I don't know. So it's all like 2007 era, you know, like really, really old school. I don't remember, honestly. I'm sure I didn't really give that much of a shit about it, because obviously it doesn't have the same gravitas it has these days. We've got like big corporations making, and people like fucking Jake Paul making millions from YouTube. Sorry, does water not flow down a layer? Oh, I guess it's technically not source block, is it? Well, this is gonna look like shit. Sorry, I thought it was gonna look nicer than it does.
Well, you tried.
As for Roll 1D2 games, I wasn't nervous at all, because I already had, like, I'm sure I've talked about this before as well. I've got radio experience. Like, I did radio for 3 years back in my hometown, like public radio. So sitting in front of a microphone and talking about shit whilst doing other stuff was kind of almost second nature to me at that point. It sort of comes with, I used to do it 2 hours a week every Wednesday. 6 till 8. It was 6 till 8, I think. I don't remember in hindsight. Or was it 4? No, it's 4 till 6. Every Wednesday, 4 till 6. That was it. And yeah, I mean, that gives you a lot of microphone experience. I honestly believe everyone could do YouTube commentary or Twitch commentary or anything. It is just practice. It is genuinely just practice. You do eventually feel natural. Whether or not it's any good after the fact is entirely down to you and your personality and things like that. But you all have the power inside you deep somewhere to be a Pokemon master.
You know what's fun is that I also wrote a question straight after this, and it says, you used to work in radio, because I knew this was going to be your answer. I said, you used to work in radio. What sort of music did you play on the radio show?
Great question. Number one, people used to request music, so it was kind of out of my hands. We did doctor it a little bit, but people were basically allowed to request whatever the hell they wanted. How do I deal with creepers in hardcore mode? Is there a way? Someone leave a comment. I'm sure I'll... Like that, apparently. He's an expert. Yeah, people just used to request music. We used to have an open email, and we used to say, hey, if you want requests, you can email and blah, 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 blah. And then we used to play it depending on if it fit the show. Obviously, if someone requested, you know, entrails ripped from a virgin's cunt by Cannibal Corpse, I'd have said, excuse me, no, you'll get us... I actually did get 2 warnings, by the way. If you get 3 warnings, your radio show gets taken down. I did get 2 warnings, because I said naughty words a couple of times.
Oh, you naughty boy.
Well, without thinking about it, it was just like offhand comments like, oh, that's shit, or something like that. Nothing like... I didn't say like a racial slur. I wasn't like Russell Brand bringing up somebody's granddaughter and calling her a slag, but I did break FCC rules or whatever the equivalent in the UK is. Ofcom, that's it. Is it Ofcom? I believe so.
I think it's Ofcom. I've written afterwards, what sort of music do you like to listen to?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. No one's going to want to know. I like melodic death metal and 90s Norwegian black metal. Thank you for asking. Any metal, really. I'll take anything.
I mean, you won't take any metal. You are somewhat choosy.
I am a little bit choosy, I will admit.
Yeah.
I do like some of this new sort of crappy depression wave that's come out recently. That's got quite popular. Just occasionally listening to stuff that pops up on Twitter and things.
See, my music taste is quite different to yours. Like,
it's not. You say that, but it's not. It's not like you're listening to fucking, like, Biggie, is it?
I mean, I listen to a lot more varied types of music than you.
Oh, right, yeah, that's true.
I do listen to metal, obviously. I don't think I could be with you if I didn't. But I listen to a lot more, like, 80s music, except for David Bowie, which makes Sam sad.
I do like 80s music, though.
Yeah, but you always whine about the stuff I play.
Because I grew up in a household where nothing but 80s music was played. Where is he? Up! Duh!
Scream!
Oh my god, oh, you fucker! Where did he had an enchanted bow? That's not fair!
Haha!
Notch, that's not fair!
He died. Oh, he does listen to baby metal, by the way, because he's a piece of shit.
I don't listen to baby metal.
You listen to baby metal.
I listen to baby metal ironically.
No, he always goes like, oh, Elise, and he plays that fucking shitey chocolate song. I fucking hate it. It's terrible. Absolute crap. We both bonded over the fact that Disturbed songs sound all the same.
They do sound the same.
Yamma-namma-na.
Oh, me. Bloody fucking Skellington.
What's my favourite country album? I don't like country at all.
I like that one by Lil Nas and Billy Ray Cyrus. Was that Lil Nas and Billy Ray Cyrus?
Those...
He's going to take his horse down the Old Town Road or something like that.
Some shit like that, I don't
know. I don't fucking listen to
it. Sam, do you like Vaporwave?
I do like Vaporwave. I'm wearing a Vaporwave shirt right now.
He's wearing a Vaporwave shirt right now.
The next question I'm going to answer as Jon Snow. This world is infinitely better. I'm really happy we started. Oh, horse!
You're going to try and saddle a horse?
I'm going to try and saddle a horse. You feed them apples, don't you? Oh, look at him. They're piebalds.
I thought you could just try and jump on them and then
Can you?
Yeah.
You can!
Yeah, and then they'll knock you off, but then if you keep jumping on them, eventually they'll be friends.
I've got a saddle. I can't lure him home. So we might as well just wait for the time being.
You're going to have to. This next question is for me, so you're going to have to not be Jon Snow for a little while.
Okay.
This is from Smug. Would I change university if the opportunity arose?
Don't give too much away here. I don't want people knowing when we live.
No, it's fine. I won't give anything away. I like my course already.
Yeah,
if I was for instance, if right now I was offered a place at Oxford University, which is not going to happen because I'm not smart enough, but if I was, I wouldn't say yeah. I would not say yes to going to a place like that.
You're a fool. You aren't smart enough. You're right. That's the test, and you just failed it.
Yeah, I wouldn't go.
My God, if Oxford University offered you a place, you wouldn't say yes.
I don't think
That's like one of the elite universities.
I don't think that I am the right sort of person for that place.
At Oxford, you're fine. Oxford's a... I'm going to be honest. I know a lot of people went to Oxford. It's not that. It's not all that.
I'm not the sort of person that likes that sort of shit anyway. I enjoy the idea of being at like a regular Russell group maybe. But even then, I need to make sure the course is something I want. So I actually looked at the master's stuff for Oxford and Cambridge because I'm getting the grades to go to them at actual degree level.
We believe in you, Elise.
Thank you, Offbeat Eel. But I've got the grades to get into their master's courses right now. But the problem is that they don't do what I like to do. And I'm not going to change universities to go to a place that doesn't do what I like.
I think the uni you're at right now is pretty good for what you want.
It is.
Like mine.
Yeah, yours wasn't great. No, it's not that I'm not smart enough. It's that I don't have the right attitudes.
No, you don't. You really don't. That's a fair point.
I'm really not... the sort of person
Butt Mountain.
that would
What's the liquid
suit
coming
that
out
sort
of
of
it?
thing.
We shall live on Butt Mountain.
You can go live on Butt Mountain.
Oh my god, I want to build a giant house atop Butt Mountain.
You go to Butt
I
Mountain.
shall be the butt lord. There's a mushroom near your butt. I think you get a spray for that. What's the
Okay.
next question? Hello, Mr. Sheep.
This one's one
Oops.
for I'll go for both of us. It's from Smug again.
I'm going to ask this in the Jon Snow voice.
If you could trade your qualification, so whatever qualifications you've got, so presumably we'll say if you completed your degree.
Okay, yeah,
If you could have changed it for any other subject, what would it be?
I really like history as well.
I thought you'd been Jon Snow.
Oh, shit, yeah. Thank you for your question. I really like... I can't do it today. I'm all voiced out because I've been fucking doing CK2 like right before we started this. Oh, I must ascend Butt Mountain. Give me a minute. I want a degree in history. I think it'd be fun. That's the problem, right? I did a degree that I thought would be functional rather than a degree I enjoyed, and I regret it immensely because the degree I did, honestly, a lot of the shit you learn from a computer science degree, you could really do. Honestly, you could just learn at home with practice and trial and error more than anything else.
You've learnt more doing YouTube than you have doing your degree.
Immensely, yeah, I fully agree. Oh, this is good. Butt Mountain. Welcome.
You are actually awful.
Welcome to Butt Mountain.
I think that if I had to change my degree, like, or if I completed and had to completely change, I would go for. I mean, I guess music. I'm like you. I'm a musical person. I sing. But I'm not very good at it anymore because I stopped bothering.
I think they'd accept you into music more than they would me because you're a graded singer, but I never.
I am a graded
grades.
singer. Yeah.
I could have, but I didn't. Because I'm not even joking, the only reason I didn't do piano grades is because the closest place I did grading, because I'm from the literal arsehole of nowhere, like literally the middle of fucking nowhere, was because quite simply, that wasn't close enough to my house. Like, it was an hour and 30-minute drive to get to the closest piano grading place, so it's pretty fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Somebody said history is great, but 90% of what is taught is boring. Now, I can definitely agree with that. The problem is that you have to find a university that does what you like in history, and not every university does what people like. So my university does not do what Sam likes. Like, the only modules that I've got that you are somewhat interested in are like the Navy modules, I think, isn't it? You like older history than I do.
I like older history, whereas a lot of what you're doing seems to be fucking...
I'm very modern history.
Oh, what was the Cold War like? And it's like, I don't know, I'll ask my granddad. I don't think that's history. That's not history.
I'm literally doing oral history that people lived
That's
through.
rubbish. It's not history.
So interesting.
No.
You're such a snob.
I'm not a snob.
You're actual snob.
History is, what did Roman do?
You're such a fucking spaz.
Go on. Go on, move on.
Offbeat Yo says, you two seem perfect for each other, at least that's what I get from streams and videos. You're very mistaken, sir. I hate him.
You do hate me.
It do be like that. Foul, what history do you like, Mr. Streamer?
I like the history of language. I like language and culture.
Sam really likes that. You should have gone into languages or something like that. You
Never mind.
really, really like that sort of thing. Sam is Sub-Elise's dom, obviously.
Wow. It's very presumptive.
Excuse me, Mr. Streamer, you are quite the snob, says Jerica. Yeah, yes,
Absolutely
Sam.
correct. I'm sorry, I'm leveling out one of the butt cheeks of Butt Mountain. I think that's the other one. I've kind of lost track a little bit.
I did history as my BA, and this conversation is hurting me, so Robert Peel says. Yeah. Do you speak any languages other than English? Sam speaks a bit of German.
Yeah, we had to do German and French for like 5 years at my secondary school. So
I only had to do French.
I can read and understand a little bit German, but I would never try and speak it. Mainly because reading it is obviously a lot easier than trying to form a sentence than having it grammatically